back to Pathfinder War for the Crown, Songbird Scion Saboteur. Last we left, Desmond and Tavenay were dealing with a trial in the little town of Stockies, while Cassidy and Anastasia were returning from their fight with a gold pebble snake. It is now about mid-afternoon. Both parties set to return to the Bettany estate, where they shall uh, collide with each other at the entrance to the house.
What happened to you?
Giant snake.
Giant, giant snake. Very bitey. Not exactly the best feeling in the world, but it is taken care of.
Oh, and yes, to remind you, do have the acolyte that you saved on the back of your horse as well.
That's right. And we left the body of his counterpart there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Per his request.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We also brought a survivor, and I will gesture towards the Festo. Gesture to Festo behind me. He's in need of shelter and just probably a safer escort back to the monastery.
Sure. Which monastery are we talking about?
He's from
He's from up here at what's the town?
Lathander, right?
Yes, Le Theater.
Lathier. He's also from Lathierd. Oh, I don't know what is the most efficient way to get him back. I know that we have a meeting, but I would like to make sure that he is returned safely.
Well, we were thinking we were going to set off imminently, and if we take the northern route, that seems to be along the way. I don't know if Stockies has any spare horses, but perhaps Letheater has some horses for us.
That being my hometown, would I know that horses are available for purchase, or did I happen to get mine either from a different town or before they ran out of stock?
Le Theater likely has a stable, as it is the largest town in the county.
There is a good chance we can acquire at least one additional horse, if not two, but probably need to make haste that way since it is midday.
All right. Um, I don't know. I don't think Desmond in particular would be too knowledgeable on meta. Actually, maybe he is. Hold on. Maybe I'm just misremembering and I'm dodging metagaming for no reason. Oh, he is trained. Um, what does Desmond know about uh shiny snakes?
They're so shiny.
What do you know about shiny snakes?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, probably be nature.
Okay. Oh, it's a nat one. Okay. It doesn't even cross my radar
Yep.
to ask. Okay. Um, if everything's set here, unless you two need to fetch something, I think it'd be best we set off.
Okay, well, while you say that, your partner standing next to you is wearing a silky garment rather than her armor, so I am just gonna say nothing and walk inside to get my stuff.
I think I had assumed you walked in already.
That's honestly a fair assessment. That's pretty fair. Either way, I'm getting my stuff, so
Okay.
Anastasia will just shake her head. No, I don't have anything additional that I need to grab from my guest room.
Were the both of you already healed up to maximum hit points at least?
Oh no.
No.
No, we both look like garbage.
Alright.
At least I know Anastasia does.
I am actually going to stay because there's a giant snake that I need to turn into gold coin. So I'm probably gonna go into town. Either that or go to Aaron Nicholas O'Cara, see if he wants to buy a giant snake for a trophy.
Okay, so you're not gonna come with us.
I am not.
Okay.
As Cassidy just walks inside the house to rest off the damage.
I think hearing that, Anastasia would turn to the acolyte and say, would you prefer to rest and return in the morning? I'm sure Cassidy could make some time within his schedule to escort you if you don't feel like you can make the travel alone. Or we can take you back now. It just might be a little bit rough on you.
I wouldn't mind a night's rest before heading off again.
Stay here. It's not very comfortable. Stay here on the horse. Go make sure that's okay with Cassidy. I don't want to volunteer him for something. And I will hop off. And as I'm going inside, I'll tell Desmond, I'll be right back. Find Cassidy. Cassidy, do you think that the acolyte could stay here for the night, and then could you possibly escort him back to the monastery sometime tomorrow?
Okay. Yeah, I suppose I can do that.
Okay.
I'll probably head to Baron Nicholas O'Cara first. Tell him about the trophy. Then I can walk with him back to the theater.
Okay, perfect. I would think that it would put even more validity to your story by having an eyewitness with you. Not that I think the Baron would question your your story, but it's always nice to have somebody else regale the tale to somebody who enjoys hearing and telling tales of his own.
Yeah. Also, since Acolyte is gonna be staying here, let's just make sure we inform the three that we have a guest for tonight.
No, yes, of course, that's a great idea. And Anastasia will venture in further and inform Wink, Blunk, and Nod about the guest we have here, and Hugh as well, if he's still in relaxing on the couch, that we will have an additional guest staying for the evening.
Mm-hmm. And when you say that someone new is going to be here, you see the three turn into mangy cats and begin just roaming the grounds.
Perfect. If one of them goes by, I give it a little scratch. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Did we decide that no one is taking room 3A?
That seems to be case. What is 3A?
Or is
Or
that
A3? A3 is a drawing room.
Okay. I think there's another bedroom on the ground floor except for the one Anastasia claimed, right?
as far as I remember.
Okay.
I think everyone else is upstairs.
I will pop into my room and clear out any personal effects that I may have in there, so it's just basically bare bones room. And then I will escort the acolyte inside, let him rest in my room, then tell him that he can coordinate with Cassidon in the morning.
Wonderful.
Perfect. I will bid you and Cassidon and the cats goodbye, like crazy cat lady, to the acolyte who's probably disappearing in the room. Head back outside.
All right, you are doing that. Tavene, what about you?
Well, it takes a bit for my armor, but I've collected all my things and return out with my my armor and all of my gear ready for a long haul.
Okay.
So it seems that Cassidon will be staying behind. So it'll be just the three of us heading up. And perhaps if we make good time, we can find a place to stay around the theater.
If we can get to
All right.
the theater, we can stay at my family's homestead for the evening.
All right. Well then. I suppose we should set off.
All right. The three of you set off on this journey. And time begins going by as it gets darker and darker out. Do any of you, as the night begins to come and the moon rises, you are, say, you made it through Stockies, you've journeyed for a while, you're about here-ish along this road, along the Opara Highway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, along the Opara Highway. As it gets dark out, do any of you light torches or such things?
Oh, I meant to offer healing to Anastasia because she is busted up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, Anastasia
Um,
looks really rough.
you know what? Let me try to get around the non-lethal damage first.
Yeah.
I'll just offer up a little bit. Let's see. Cure light wounds. Oh, okay. Well,
A little bit, as stated. You're a woman of your word.
I still have more spells.
Oh, yeah, you do.
There.
A little and a lot. Love it. Prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is not
Take
how
care
math
of
works.
yourself. Feel better.
Feel better. Yeah, she's back to full now.
Wonderful.
Thank you. That was not pleasant, but I definitely feel better. Thank you very much.
Desmond nods before continuing forward.
All right. And as said, as the night comes and you are still following the trail, do you all light torches to follow your way? What do you do? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if everything works, we are here, and I don't think you're gonna be able to see anything.
I can cast light. Yeah.
Alright. How much does light shine?
Uh,
20 foot, 20 feet. Okay.
which
20,
is
20.
weird because it's 40 and 40 for me with low light vision, I believe. I don't know how possible that is.
How much low light vision? How much is it?
Elves can see twice as far as humans in conditions of dim light.
Does it give a number?
No, but if the light is 20 feet of normal light and 20 feet of dim light,
Okay, that works. There we go.
so that kind of extends further for me.
Which
I
I think
believe.
I've done.
I'm not positive.
Alright, well, welcome to the nighttime trail.
Nighttime trail.
Woot woot.
I guess since we are out on the trail, I nah, I wouldn't have anything ready. I don't want the tension in my weapons to hurt anything.
My Viper Morpheus does have the scent ability, so he's kind of just coiled up around my neck at the moment. Just kind of chilling.
Understood. So, what are you all doing? You're on the road.
Keep roading. Our intention is to make it
Mm-hmm.
to the low theater, right? I don't have control over my horse.
I thought I fixed that.
Come with me. I really need to give this guy a name.
You should have control over it.
Is he on map layer?
No. Can you move them separately from you?
Nope.
What the crap? Okay, try moving that one.
Yay, I can move that one. I saw.
There you go.
There we go. Whee! Horsey, horsey.
Mm-hmm.
So you're wanting to. Night has come. You are wanting to just go through the night till you hit low theater.
Yeah.
I think that's the intent.
Okay.
I mean, I'm fine with not doing that, but I'm not the only one in the group.
Okay.
I guess yeah. While we're on the trail, I would. Are we really powering through the entire night? I spent quite a few nights on my own, resting out in the wilds. I don't mind it.
Well, I wouldn't be opposed to camping out, but how much time will we need to push for to make it to Lotheder before, I guess before the next day?
I feel like that's a question that I would know Pi, considering this is my home area and I have many reasons that would make me travel for long periods of time throughout the day and the night. Would I know roughly how far away we are, and would I know if we are actually in a safe area to camp out?
Do you have knowledge local?
Yes, I do.
Roll that,
You
please.
betcha.
25.
25. It was almost a 2 because I had the digital dice on it and it almost landed on a 2. It's gonna be like, no!
So you would know that with the state of merit lately, unless you're within like town city walls, most of the open road isn't the safest. Just by due of, the wildlife and the bandits you have heard of. Um, if you were to continue now towards Lotheder, doing my numbers on the map, you've traveled from the afternoon till nighttime, and where you are would mark you at about 10, 11-ish miles away from Lotheder.
So
I
about
mean, that's not terrible.
2 hours? It's 7 miles an hour, right? Is that what it was?
Let's see. Well, you can walk, you can walk 8 hours a day in a day of travel. The fact that we're doing away with keeping track of time and just doing it in increments of days, um, would make it that I would say if anyone were to continue walking to Lotheder, you'd probably start getting into forced march territory.
Okay. I mean, I'm not opposed to a forced roll march. I guess, I mean, we're here. We don't know if it would be safer to sleep out here with the bandits or to push through, hoping that because of the normally reduced activity, they don't get us. Anastasia, what's your recommendation? And Tavene, I believe you have more experience traveling these roads than I do, at least. I think I've only crossed this path twice.
I'm not one for a long haul.
We are taking a risk. The wildlife here, while dangerous, can be circumvented pretty easily, but the issue does come with the current run of the bandits. As they seem to be more active lately than ever, it is more recommended that you travel during the morning and the daytime rather than the evening or night. So if we are going to camp out, it would be most beneficial if we took turns here during nighttime, staying up.
You don't know about my party trick.
party trick?
Uh, which one of you would like to sleep standing up?
That doesn't sound very comfortable, but I could be wrong. I've never slept standing up before.
Have you ever slept while awake?
I mean, I believe the closest I've done to that is daydreaming during a war meeting.
Okay.
Do you have a solution?
I honestly, while on the trail, never sleep. It's not worth it. I have spells to deal with that.
Interesting. Um, how many people would this be able to affect at once?
Unfortunately, until I can get stronger, just one.
Well, I can see that there's at least some utility in that, and in the future, I'm sure it can save us a lot of time. What
Yes,
do you
quite.
think, uh, Anastasia? And I'll wait for Mackenzie to get back to her seat. Um, do you think we should find a well-covered spot and uh, set up camp around here? Or was that a suggestion more towards the forced march?
We couldn't act very. Uh, it's still very much restful. Um, we wouldn't be able to march if I were to cast.
Well, be persuaded either way. I've never heard of what you're describing, Tevene, but it's very interesting. As long as we are protected in some way, I do feel like taking precautions to hide ourselves amongst maybe a patch of trees here or there, just to be a little bit away from prying eyes upon the roads, I think would be our most beneficial action if we are going to stay out for the night.
Of course.
All right, well, if that's the case, Morpheus, in my darkest nightmares, I walk through dark forests and have no fear. And I use Figment's fluidity to change my racial bonus to survival, so that maybe I can help find a well camouflaged spot, so that we won't draw as
Okay.
much attention to ourselves.
Sounds good.
Okay. If you want to begin looking around, you certainly may roll a survival.
All right. Oh goodness. Not even with these giant bonuses can I get a good roll.
So, looking around, where you're walking is mostly just fields of, plains and open ground. But there are patches, if you, Tavene shines the light here and there, you can find patches of, bush that you might be able to clump in between.
Okay. Wonderful.
Not the worst spot, but at least we're somewhat covered.
So,
Um,
who's keeping watch?
I wouldn't mind being the first watch.
Oh,
Tavene,
we're not going to need
Anastasia.
watches.
Oh, all right. Um, Well,
I can do it as well, if you trust me.
I trust you enough.
Hmm.
um, do either of you have uh methods to safeguard our sleeping area? I have a trick in mind, but uh, it's not foolproof.
Well, I don't think any of our methods would be foolproof.
All right. Well, while Anastasia and Tavene start to set up camp, I think Desmond would like to use hydrokinesis on the surrounding area. Uh, maybe just a little beyond the bright light area. And my intent is to saturate the ground with enough water such that if something walks past it, it starts making a sloshing sound.
Okay. Um. So you want to make mud?
Basically.
Okay.
I can help out with that a little bit.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing.
We'll have a wide radius because I can see fairly far.
All right. So you guys are setting a ring around your little camp of water.
Hmm.
Yes.
So like that.
Something like that.
And I imagine you set up a fire. So I placed one on the board.
Yes, yes. And as they settle in, I I make a gesture and call out a few words and cast Keep Watch on myself.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a really cool spell.
That's
Very good
badass, June. Holy shit.
for solo travel.
That's really cool. So you gain all the benefits of a night's rest and you just stay awake all night.
If I just stay awake and chill out for 8 hours.
That's
So that means
fucking
we could even
crazy.
gain a bit of time by not having to stretch out our long rest.
Yeah, because you could prep for the morning while he and I are still sleeping.
And there wouldn't need to be any extended resting for those in like a middle watch.
That's
It's
crazy
just
cool.
8 hours.
I love that. That's so cool. What a neat spell. Good grab.
All right. So you're casting that spell to keep watch. Desmond, Anna, what are you doing? How are you settling in for the night?
I'm pulling my nighttime traveling gear off of my horse, and basically as my horse like lays down to go to sleep, I'm like laying against it. It's a very practiced routine that Anastasia and her horse seem to have.
Okay.
And I think Desmond just settles in uh, against the nearest tree.
Alrighty. So they head to sleep. Tavene, you are up through the night. Would you like to give me a perception?
I would love to give you a perception. Now, it's not the perfect perception bonus, but it's usable. Okay, well, it's not usable when you roll a 2.
Hmm.
Oh no.
It's an 8.
Okay. You're resting. Well, the others resting. You're sitting there watching over everyone. The fire. Maybe you're poking out the fire for a bit. Maybe get distracted in its embers. But a couple hours come and go, and nothing has seemed to catch your eye. Um, would you like to give me another one?
Yeah. Some of the flames die down in its embers. Oh, that was the wrong die. I gotta use my perception die. 15 or 16? That's a 15. Plus 21.
A
Nice.
21. So if your first couple hours were, say, 11, 12, 1, this is now, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you get out of your tent, you do some stretching, and you can start to hear sounds from across the field, across the road, through some of the brush. Um, Sounds of a creature uh, of some sorts moving through, big enough to disturb the bushes, and seemingly moving in your direction.
Sure.
Which I
Does
will
it
actually
sound...
say, because you rolled
Yeah.
higher than its stealth, uh, on the edge of your vision, you see across the road a wolf, but a rather large wolf that kind of takes you for a moment because it seems that this wolf would be out of its element as its entire fur is a almost like matted and muddled white color.
Okay. Um, what do I know about wolf behavior? Do I know enough to, like, understand what to do to ward them off?
Um, do you have survival?
Barely.
Well, I would love a survival.
Okay. We'll see what kind of knowledge I can drum up. Oh, shit. Okay. Well, 12. 12
12.
survival.
12 survival. Well, I'd say most anyone would know basic knowledge of wolf survival. You know,
hmm
uh, place your back against a tree, don't let it get behind you, um, hit it in the nose, things like that. I don't know if a 12 survival would give you the basic knowledge on how to survive a winter wolf attack.
Okay. I'll still go for that. And
And shockingly,
yeah.
despite with the dying embers of the fire, it's just sniffing around the brush right now. It does not seem to have noticed you.
Okay. Well, then I'll get down on a knee and steady my uh heavy repeating crossbow. Maybe even get a little bonus and line up a shot in case it comes over here
Okay, so you
or
are
like
just.
starts to
Mhm.
um charge basically, or even if it's less than a charge, if it's aggressive towards us.
And you're just observing but with your weapon at the ready.
Mhm. Yep, I've got my heavy crossbow balanced on one leg, other knee is down, and I'm just lining up a shot.
Mhm. Are you trying to stay hidden?
Relatively.
All right. So would you like to give me a stealth?
Yeah, I can do that. Not the best because of my armor, but that's okay. No, it's not. Um,
Oh no!
uh, that's a 5 with a second low roll.
A 5.
It's the armor is a bit jangly. I can't really help that.
As you are watching this bear-sized wolf sniff around the bush, you see it gets to the road and begins sniffing where the horse's footprints and hoof prints were. And as it begins sniffing, it does get closer to you, and you see these piercing blue eyes immediately like dot up, look towards you, and it begins to bare its teeth.
Okay. Then before it gets over here, I want to fire into its center of mass, drop my crossbow, and pull out my meteor hammer.
Okay.
We'll see how that works. And I'm not too worried about the others because, or about waking the others because they'll hear soon enough if things are not going well.
Are there bonuses to taking a knee and aiming your shot?
Um, that's a fair point.
I think in this case it's entirely circumstantial and GM arbitrated. Like, if we want to flavor it as Tavenay having drawn a bead for about a minute, you could do it that way.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's any mechanical rules about crouching.
All right, we're gonna see if this comes to bite me in the ass in the future. Because I
Just not very
do,
much.
because I play other games that have like aim bonuses, and so until this comes to bite me back in the ass here, uh, if you want to take the time to actually sit down and aim a shot, I will give you a +2 to your attack roll, not damage roll, the attack roll.
Of course, I would not ask that for damage. Okay, so +6. Still only 3rd level. Hmm. Okay. Well, that's a 14.
A 14, unfortunately, will go over the head of the winter wolf. And I am going to ask for everyone to roll, even the
I
sleepies.
tried to overcorrect for the jangle in my armor.
Even the sleepies can roll.
Right. The roll. I do the roll. Hey-ya. My horse got 15. Because I thought I was clicking on Anastasia.
That's funny.
I will get myself on the list. I will give
But-
myself the 15.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah, you're going to have the 15.
Yeah, totally. You can delete the horse.
No part.
All
Okay,
right.
he's just gonna park right there so I can actually grab Anastasia's token. There we go.
Havenay, is your initiative 24 or 17?
It's 17. I just put myself on the board
Gotcha.
with the 24.
Okay, so I think the Winterwolf is baring its teeth, and a crossbow bolt went off. I'm not entirely sure. I'd wager anything loud enough has happened yet to, like, warrant a perception to rouse anyone. But with it being Tavenay's turn now, you could certainly rouse people.
Okay. I am in fortress mode, so 10-foot range and a +1 to my AC. And I will 10-foot range. Technically, that would be
And
5.
Keep
15.
Watch would have ended with fighting.
Correct. So 5, 10, and I'll take an attack from there. Try to smack it.
No.
Oh my god. Ha 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 ha.
Ha ha ha.
That's a natural 1.
Ah, yes. I keep forgetting for any of the cards, you don't have to worry about a fumble or anything. Someone's gotta remind me for next session.
Of course.
But, so as of now, the natural 1 is just a horrible miss. Maybe it's the fact that you're walking on the slosh of the muddy circle that screws you up. Your leg dip into the mud a bit and throw you off.
Something like that. It's
and
fine. I can still get a attack of opportunity if they get closer.
And that is all from you?
Yeah, that's all for me.
Alright.
I moved and I attacked.
With Tavenay moving through the slosh, Anna, would you like to roll me a perception?
Sure. All right, time to wakey wakey. Hey, yeah. Am I awake?
You are not.
Dang it, 0 jinxed me. That'd be the end of my turn. Oh, would my horse be startled? Because I'm laying on my horse. If my horse starts acting, I think it would shake me awake.
Your horse would be asleep, yes?
Yes.
Alright. Horse. Let's see. Horse, let me look at your abilities. That is the wrong thing. I was looking at something way more powerful. They have a perception of 6, plus 6.
Perception of 6. Oh, plus 6. Got it. Da, da, da.
So,
Horse,
give that for me.
Plus 6, plus 6. Da. Nope. He's sleepy too.
Yep.
It's been a long day.
The Winter Wolf is, let's see here. I need to look something up. I need to look at an ability here. Alrighty. The Winterwolf does move forward into right here.
Okie dokie. Yeah, where was that? 30, 20. 30 nasty
yeah.
20.
That will hit.
What is my damage again? Meteor hammer is a d8 plus 3. Okay. Okay, 7 damage as it comes close to me.
7 damage as it comes close to you, and it lets out maybe like a little whimper, which may awaken the others. It is going to bite you, however.
Of course.
Wow, that is a 13 to hit.
Absolutely not.
How do you deflect the attack, or how do you dodge the attack or tank the
Right.
attack but it does no damage?
Well, then I'm definitely going to combine the effects, and as I see the maw come for me, I'm going to smack it to the side.
Okay. Desmond, give me a perception. 23. I will say that is enough. You are kind of roused at this sound of not one of your party members, and you sit up at the exact time that Tavenay whips this weapon into the face of this large white wolf, and you see it bare its teeth back at your party member as you are now awake.
David, ho! And I guess as a free action, I'll yell out, Anastasia, get up!
Yeah.
I'm going to immediately start. Wait, it takes. It's a move action to get up, right? Because right now I'm prone.
Correct.
Okay, so I'll use my move action to get up, and then I will use my standard action to use a cold blast against this thing.
Okay.
Alright, versus touch. Goodness gracious. I don't know why I'm rolling such shit today, guys.
So that does strike the winter wolf. And maybe in a moment of a daziness as you've just awoken, you strike the beast with this cold blast, but you notice that the frost and cold of the attack just wash over the wolf with no problem.
Oh, fantastic.
And that is all from you.
That is all.
So we shall go to Tavenay. You
Right.
would see this, this blast of ice just shatter over the wolf, but seemingly it comes out of it perfectly fine as it was before it got hit with a meteor hammer.
Right. Okay. 5-foot step. Maybe change tactics, and I'll go for another smack.
Okay.
Okay. That's not horrible. What's my bonus? +4. That is horrible. 14.
That will miss the wolf.
Okay. Simple turn.
All right. Anna, I think it's safe to say both you and your horse are awake at the constant shouting. Your horse, however, does startle up and begins sprinting off down the road a little bit.
Good, smart horse. It knows not to stick around when there's fights. So.
But you wake up at the jostling of the horse and are able to turn over and see this giant winter wolf bearing down on your camp.
Okay, what do I know about winter wolves? Is this a local creature?
Would you like to give me a nature?
Sure. Nature. Natural 20 for 24.
Wow. Okay. You would know that the winter wolf as a creature is not native to Merit. There is no place you would call cold here. There's no ice, there's no snow. You know about wolves, you know the tactics for a wolf, to that I've described to Tavenay before. You would know that usually where there is one wolf, there are other wolves, but the fact that this is a winter wolf, it's odd that it's here. I'll give you. Oh no, that was a knowledge nobility. I'm giving you information that hasn't been earned.
Oh, well, it would still be a natural 20 on the die. It would just be 23 instead of 24.
Okay, I'll allow it for now because I've already given you the information instead of re-rolling.
Okay.
You know that winter wolves, as their name suggests, they are very fond of the cold. They are not too fond of the heat. And on occasion, they can indeed spew some very fun frosty breath.
Ah, great to know. Is crawling a thing in Pathfinder?
It is, and I think it invokes attacks of opportunity because I asked that one time. Yeah, crawling. You can crawl 5 feet as a move action.
Okay. Okay, so I will. Anastasia will get to her feet with her move action, hiding behind this tree, here, and shout, "It's got a nasty breath weapon! Try to stay out of the reach!"
All of these, for clarification, these are bushes.
Oh, they are bushes. Okay. Can I, like, squat down behind this bush and get, like,
Sure.
a little bit of cover?
Sure.
Yeah, so I will shout about the breath weapon, and then I will use all of my movement to stand/crouch up, and my action will be to cast my final spell that I have for mage armor on myself.
Okay.
That puts my AC at 24.
Alrighty.
And that will end my turn.
Alright. The Winter Wolf is gonna try again with Tavene.
Okay. No, you failed me. I miss.
Okay. It's going to try and bite down upon you. Does a 26 hit you?
Yes.
Okay.
So don't worry about protection.
Alright, so that is 13 points of chomp damage, 2 points of cold damage. What's your CMD?
My CMD is 16.
16. Okay. Then as it bites into you, it like grabs your leg with its jaws and knocks you prone. Yeah, it will knock you prone having tripped you.
Okay.
That is its turn, however. Desmond.
Okay. So it's immune to my magic. I'm gonna use a full round action to start gathering energy.
Okay.
And I will take a 5-foot step back this way, away. Hopefully finding some slightly larger bushes, but holding out no real hope for that.
Okay, so you are gathering energy, and that is your go.
Yes.
Alright, Tavene, you have been tripped. Your leg was in the jaws of the Winter Wolf. It is your turn.
Oh, so it's still got me?
No, it just tripped you. But it
Okay.
it had your leg in its jaws.
Hmm.
I realize I should set
Interesting.
my Discord notification. Trying not to kill PCs, in parentheses, on purpose.
Okay. What does that work on? Nope, humanoid. Mm. Okay. Let's see. There's a swift action. How long does this last? Until combat ends. Mhm. Okay. Ah. That's not particularly useful for me at the moment. That doesn't seem to be useful. Yeah, none of these are useful. I guess I will cast judgment upon the Winter Wolf, a judgment of justice, giving me a +1 to attack. +1 sacred bonus on attack rolls against the wolf.
Okay.
That's my 1 for the day. And I will take the opportunity to, I guess, withdraw 5 feet away.
All right. Okay, so that's your go,
Yes.
Anna.
Righty. I am going to move. Why the math ain't mathin'? Here. Guys, let's. Okay. Sorry. The math ain't mathin' on my character sheet. Go. So I will move, and as I move, I'm gonna pull out my long sword because I have the attack abilities to do so because I have a +1. So move. So I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 25. And then I will take my swing at it with the blade.
Okay.
And it is not flat-footed because Tivane moved. Unless you consider, because she has a 10-foot reach, do you consider that flanking?
They're also prone. I wouldn't say.
Okay. If they were not prone, would you consider it flanking or no?
Possibly.
It is facing me, depending on which rule set you're using.
Would just facing you be enough to give prone?
Well, to give flat-footed.
Or to give flanking,
or whatever.
I mean? Yeah.
The goal is to make them flat-footed.
Yeah, in my house rule, there's like directions of engagement, so being directly behind someone would allow flanking. I cede to you and your decision, obviously.
I'll give it. It's not paying attention to you, at least until its turn. You've sprinted around it. I will give it to you.
Would you like a compromise of me trying to roll stealthing around it, and then if it's not high enough, it notices me, and then it's aware of both of us?
No, because it's very much aware of you. It just wants to eat Tavene.
Gotcha. Okay. Then I will take my swing at it. It growls at me. I'm nice. Thank you for the ambiance, my dog. Natural 20.
Wow.
For a 23 to confirm.
That confirms.
Okay. It looks like it did not double the... It doesn't double crit damage. I don't think that's in Pathfinder.
Oh, the sneak attack?
Yeah.
Yeah, precision damage is not multiplied.
Mhm.
Okay. Alright, well, I need one more level before I'll go up to 3 sneak attack die, so.
Which is very unfortunate on the other end for a certain vigilante we all know.
Yes, we all know and love. But yes, does a 23 confirm?
Yes, it does.
Yay!
So
22
that's
points of
22
slashing
points of
damage.
slashing.
And then 3 sneak attack damage.
You cut into the hindquarters of the wolf, and it most certainly turns on a dime to look at you.
Oh yeah, I have its attention now. Hi!
You most certainly have its attention. As, let's see here. Yeah, it's going to try and... It's going to try and bite you.
Okie dokie.
Does a 22 hit you?
No.
Wow, okay, how do you deflect it?
So as it's coming in with its fangs, she holds up the sword and braces the flat side of it with her palm, and as it comes down at her, she twists her body and just shoves it to the ground.
Alright, you shove it to the ground, you push it back. You notice that the fang marks, the teeth, they are strong, they are sharp, they don't make a scrape against the sword that you are wielding.
Oh, interesting.
And I think, yeah, that will be its turn. It doesn't want to move, it very much wants to eat Desmond.
So I read my infusion, and it says I have to deal damage. I know this thing is immune, so I think I need to do some kind of... I need to do shenanigans to a certain extent to be useful. So I would like to at least make the ground underneath it, like, either difficult terrain for it, or stick it in place. I don't think that'll fly, since that's literally what it does. But, I don't know, I don't think I can do very much. I think the most I can do is, shoot my cold blast somewhere, else, so that I don't burn myself.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get up to... Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna get up to here to set up flanking. And get in the
Okay.
way.
You do that, and if that's all you're doing,
That's all I can do, man!
Tavene, the crux of a character who does cold damage, introduce something that is also cold.
All right. Well, as a move action, I'll push myself up to my feet and take my attack.
Swinging the meteor chain
Plus
around Desmond's head.
7. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh my god. Okay, that's a 13.
Is that
With a
counting
plus
the...
7. Yeah, that's counting everything.
Okay, yeah, that will not hit, unfortunately.
Guys, I don't like being level 3.
Yeah, hopefully we level up soon.
Feeling
Okay, well that was all I could do. That was move and standard.
Alright. Anna.
Alright, time to hit this thing again. Smack.
That will hit.
Awesome. 12 points of slashing damage and 2 points of sneak damage this time.
12 slashing and 2 sneak. It lets out a very pained yelp.
You're so close, guys. I can crit on 19s and I rolled an 18. So close.
And if that's your turn,
That is my turn, yeah.
the Winter Wolf is going to I need to see something. What is most worth it to do? Let's see here.
On one side, it's critting and damage. On the other side, it's flailing in uselessness.
Let's see here. Yeah, it is in pain. It doesn't like being in pain. Not at all. And so, it is going to try and run. It is going to try and run.
Lovely.
Which will
Okay.
give attacks of opportunities. Yeah, 3 to be specific.
Well, that's 15. What is up with me?
Damn.
I don't think Desmond has anything to hit it with.
I can try to slap it on the butt.
You can certainly
Get
try.
out of here, slap.
I guess that's true if you aren't
Plus
like
flanking?
proficient. It doesn't.
No, that wouldn't do it for you.
Okay.
So, let me look here.
14 with flanking? Probably no.
No. Need to look at its movement. Just gonna... Nope, that's the wrong one. Oh yeah. For sake of things, it is... it is 10 feet off the map. As it
Cool.
breaks into a sprint, dodges and ducks under all the weapons, and you can see blood trailing from behind it, but it does begin sprinting away as we go to Desmond. We'll go one more round, see what happens.
All right. There's aid, right? Yeah, I think I can just provide aid for Tavane should they choose to shoot it.
Let's see. I see aid as a spell. Aid another. There's aid another in melee combat.
Oh, it's melee combat?
That's what I just read. Let me try and find it.
Dang it. Okay.
Aid another. In melee combat, you can help a friend attack or defend. Yeah, melee combat.
Alright. Well, I suppose I will cheer you guys on.
Okay. Tavane.
I don't really have a chance to make a shot because that would require me to, and I will do this, but rush over here and pick up my repeating crossbow.
Okay.
That's kind of has to be my turn.
Anna.
I will I will actually just let the thing go. What I will do with my turn is I will whistle to indicate for my horse to come back.
All right, you have handle animal.
I do.
Give that for me, because when the wolf's turn comes back, it does continue running, and it is gone.
17.
And you are able to whistle your horse back. You might have to go down the road a little bit to catch its reins and bring it back, but eventually you do bring the horse back.
Perfect.
Of course, immediate healing.
I'll be honest, I didn't expect to run into something immune to my magic out here.
I look a bit frustrated underneath my muddied and bloodied appearance.
Well, I can assure you that they are not local here. So that is a new sight to behold. Tiffany, I can't really heal you, but I can clean you up. Would that help you at all?
I open my mouth to try and speak and just kind of nod my head.
All right. And I will cast Prestidigitation and get her all cleaned up.
Taven, I know your healing magic is more potent and holistic than mine, but if you need my services, I'm here to aid you.
Well, I'm out for the rest of the night and probably all of tomorrow, considering, our activities.
All right, well, I can provide healing and close those wounds at least.
Sure.
Why don't you rest? I'll take the rest of the watch.
All right.
Heal 6 and then gain 4 non-lethal. These dice tonight are cursed.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was healing 17 and getting 6 non-lethal.
Yeah.
So excited.
Interesting.
You just stop me when you're full.
That was it.
Oh, that was it? Okay, then you did not get that 7. Holy frick, red numbers all night.
Mm-hmm. You and me both. I guess I take off my Hiko armor and shut the door of my tent.
Okay. So, with how I said the time worked, the first watch was around 3 hours. The second watch, we'll say, was interrupted around hour 5. So Desmond and Anna, you each have 5 hours of sleep in you.
I'll be heading back to sleep.
Yeah, and you need 8 hours. And we'll say, yeah, it's around maybe 4 in the morning. So, if you really wanted to, Anna, you could have your first watch or the last watch of the night before the morning starts to rise, and then go back to sleep to get your last couple of hours of rest. I will ask for a perception.
I think if that's the case, I would wake up Desmond for those final hours, just to be like, hey, you've filled up my turn, like
Yeah.
that
Like,
situation.
hey, you look nice and rested.
Yeah, you are rested. I need to finish up mine, and Tavene
Mhm.
deserves to sleep. Okay. I did relight the fire.
Okay.
Hey, 22.
Okay, 22. You sit for the next maybe 2 hours, 3 hours. You begin to see the sun coming up, which I will actually uh,
Stupid
do
one from a
that.
distance. How dare you?
Bring
Get
us
back here
to
and fight me.
daylight mode. As well, yeah, I should get rid of that and go to the daytime forest. As day has come, or at least the first light has come, and you are able to wake up Desmond and finish your rest. Tavene is going to be asleep for some time more, but for Desmond and Cassidon back at home, you will heal up your level plus Constitution bonus, and if you have any spells that were a day, you do, anything that comes back after a day, you do get them back, and you're able to
Sounds good.
stamp out the fire. And we'll say, considering the time, I know we're not playing on time, but you will have enough time for Tavene to finish her nap time if you wish to remain in this camped location.
Can we put her on the back of my horse and let her sleep on there, and I'll just guide it along? Is that a thing that can be done?
I mean, you could go into her tent, pick her up, and put her on your horse if you really want. It might be a bumpy ride.
If you do, I'm gonna ask Tavene, have you ever slept riding on a horse?
No, I won't do that, but it's a good thing to think of in the future.
I won't do that in character. It's probably something that I kind of mutter to Anastasia. Tavene needs her sleep.
It would be around
Agreed.
lunch. It would be around lunch, so you're able to set up, maybe have breakfast. So around like 12 o'clock, that Tavene, you wake up, uh, and Desmond and Anna are just sitting around the remains of the camp.
Right. Well, I pull myself out of my tent and with my frizzy, voluminous white or platinum hair start breaking down my tent.
Would you like some help? And she's like trying to stifle a giggle at the like messy. I picture like lion's mane, like, or
Almost.
emu-ish like hair.
As you're looking at this, Anna, can you give me a fortitude save?
Okay.
Oh, got it.
9?
You're looking at Tavene taking off the, breaking down the tent, and maybe, you go over to help. And as you're walking, you feel sluggish for a bit. This weird wave of sluggishness overcomes you as you take 1 point of Constitution damage.
Oh shit. Okay. I stop on my way to her and kind of feeling a little nauseous, kind of stop and put my hand on a bush to try to like balance myself. Kind of going, ugh. What's that?
I kind of turn myself around mid tent packing and just kind of hearing the commotion come up to you. You all right?
Just kind of fatigued for some reason. I don't quite know why. If I look up at her again, does it happen again?
No, you just feel sick for this maybe couple of minutes. You don't feel your best self, but you certainly don't feel like you don't feel your best self, but you don't feel like you're dying.
Gotcha.
It just you have this wave of just nauseousness and sluggishness.
Hear about your and Cassidon's escapade when we met up in front of the manor?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can you say that one more time? I didn't quite catch that.
How well, like, after after coming back from the bridge and from the hearing, did I mean, I'm assuming I kind of got briefed on what happened with you, considering you came back with another person and I was curious enough to listen.
Yes, I would have briefed you.
Okay, so
Although in character, the detail of them having gotten bitten many times would have eluded my notice since I got a nat 1 and felt like it didn't matter.
real.
You know, no, hold on. Let me check something, and I will put a hand on like where I got bit, and I will cast detect poison on myself because I have that.
Okay.
Where'd you get bitten?
Do you want to do?
I think it was on like my side.
Yeah, you kind of like maybe pull up your armor or shirt a little bit, and there is some definitely fang marks in the side of you. You can determine the exact type of poison with a DC 20 Wisdom check. Character with a Craft Alchemy skill may try a DC 20 Craft Alchemy check if the Wisdom check fails. No.
Nope. Oh, and guidance.
So,
Thank you.
so Wisdom check with a +1.
Here. So this +1. Acha. Oh, I can add a modifier to it. Sweet.
Oh,
Six, should be 17. It registered as a -1 and then a +1, even though I don't have a -1 in. Oh, I do have a -1 in wisdom. Yeah, so 16.
so 16.
Oh my god.
That's
You
funny.
aren't able to tell the type of poison flowing through your veins, but you can certainly tell as you feel the pulsing of the wound, you are poisoned. You have
So-
been afflicted with some kind of poison.
Okay.
So
well,
I am an alchemist. But I don't have on my character sheet anything marked as alchemy. Would that be crafting? Is that a profession?
Well, there's alchemy is a sect of the craft skill.
Oh, okay.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Hugh was good at craft alchemy.
Let me.
I believe that is correct.
Let me check and see if I should have craft alchemy. I feel like I should. I don't know if
Okay.
that's something they just
Well,
naturally get. Craft
we'll make sure to
craft
keep an eye on
any.
you.
Craft any, but I haven't. Looks like I didn't pick what I would craft. But she wouldn't specialize in. She wouldn't actually specialize in No, she would specialize in alchemy. Do you mind if I retcon that? I didn't realize that I needed to fill that out.
What are we retconning?
I didn't fill in what craft she would do, but it would be alchemy. That would make sense.
I will allow it. I will be kind.
Such a generous god.
Yes. So if you have craft alchemy, then you can certainly try that.
Okay. Hey-ya! Said hey-ya! That's worse!
You do not know the type of poison flowing through your system.
I know I'm poisoned. Yes. So, it looks like it did... Looks like when it did bite me, the poison did make contact, but that's the extent of what I can seem to pinpoint. I definitely feel like I got hit with nausea, and I'm not as... I don't know. Feel a little... Just a little off.
Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye on you.
All the more reason for me to be on my horse instead of walking, I think.
Right.
Alright, well, we're all packed up. We should get going.
Yes. Let's
Very
hurry. But you let us know if you need to rest, Anastasia.
I shall.
Alright. So you mount your horse, and the lot of you begin to set forth on the road once more, a couple hours away from Lothheater, where back at the Bettany estate, Cassidon, are you gearing up to head to the... You're gearing up to head to Baron O'Kara's estate with the Acolyte, yes?
That is correct.
Alright. So make sure to heal your token there. And you are
Everything
able to... you're able to pack up your gear and wake up the Acolyte and begin walking. You start making your way through Stockies, which I will bring us to the map. You start walking down the hill through Stockies and begin making your way to the O'Kara estate to converse with the Baron, which is where I think we are going to end just a little bit early and see the goings-on with the Baron and converse about the remains of the Gold Pebble next time, as we shall hit session 30.
Nice.
And I think the reason why I shall end early here, I think I might just have a map for the Baron's estate.
Ooh, fun!
Oh, cool.
So I can prep that for our next session on session 30. But that is where we shall end for tonight.
Huzzah! Awesome. Great game as always, Pi. Thank you so much. For now, we'll see you all in session 30, but for now, everybody say goodbye to YouTube!
Goodbye, YouTube.
Bye! Bye, YouTube. Happy dungeon delving, everyone. And pie.
As always, good pie and stay sweet.
E.
Yeah.